on this episode of American Travelers.
Welcome to Avebury, one of the most mysterious and ancient stone circles in the world.
We're in Wiltshire, England at Avebury Circle. Check the size of these stones. We decided to come here instead of Stonehenge. Stonehenge has become very popular and the stone circle is now roped off. Our journey begins in the charming village of Avebury, nestled within the stone circle itself. The village is surrounded by a prehistoric henge, which is a circle ditch and earthwork.
Avebury Circle is the largest stone circle in Europe, covering a vast area of 28 acres. It consists of a massive outer circle and two smaller inner circles.
Avebury was constructed over 4,000 years ago. The stones are massive, each weighing several tons. We're having lunch at the Red Lion Inn right in the center of town. We're having fish and chips, a must when coming to an English pub.
Next, we drive through the countryside to the Cotswolds region.
Welcome to Bibury, a quintessential English village that seems to have been plucked from the pages of a storybook. Flowing gently through the heart of Bibury is the River Coln. Its crystal clear waters meander past lush green meadows, creating a tranquil and idyllic setting.
We see these ducks having a relaxing day in the river. They are very comfortable around tourists.
This area is known for beautiful swans too. Our camera has this one very curious about seeing her reflection in the lens. As you can see, she's getting a little nervous. Time to back up to avoid a fight. In the year 1803, monks operated Arlington Row as a wool store.
At the heart of the village stands St. Mary's Church, a place of worship over 1,000 years. This beautiful church features a stunning medieval architecture and a peaceful graveyard where history is preserved.
The graveyard headstones are so old and weathered that most of the engraved writing is gone.
While we are walking the grounds, we feel like we're back in the 17th century.
This is amazing to see this old scripture.
The church is still in operation today.
We're driving north to our next location of Painswick.
Painswick is a hidden gem nestled in the heart of the Cotswolds.
Painswick is often referred to as the Queens of the Cotswolds. While visiting St. Mary's Church, don't miss the nearby Rococo Garden. We're on a cruise starting in Southampton, England. We're going to Scotland and Ireland. First stop is Edinburgh, Scotland.
Here we are at the Edinburgh Castle.
Edinburgh Castle had a number of conflicts throughout its history, including the War of Scottish Independence from England. It changed hands multiple times between the Scots and the English during this period. At times, the castle was used as a prison for high-ranking captives.
The site of the Edinburgh Castle has been inhabited since the Iron Age, around 900 BC. It's believed to have been a fortress even then.
The castle was a royal residence for centuries. It was the birthplace of many kings and queens of Scotland, including James VI, who also became James I of England.
On the way to the castle, we're walking the Royal Mile. It's so interesting to see this cobblestone street.
We see a father and son having a little traditional fun. Moving on, the architecture is really something to see here. We're cruising into the small English village of Portland, and we see we're not the only ship here. This cruise liner looks like it would hold 4,000 or more guests. Our ship holds around 2,500. so there's going to be a lot of folks in town.
We take a short bus ride to Weymouth to explore the city. Join us on a journey through this captivating area where history and natural beauty and a vibrant community come together. Welcome to Portland Port. It's noted for its beautiful countryside and its rich historic history.
And Portland is on an island at the southern tip of England. During the Roman occupation of Britain, Weymouth served as a port and settlement known as Vendilis. The remains of the Roman temple and other artifacts have been discovered, indicating the area's significance during this period.
Weymouth's maritime importance continued to grow during the 18th and 19th century. It became a fashionable seaside resort, attracting visitors seeking healing properties from its waters. King George III frequented the town for its soothing health benefits.
Weymouth played a strategic role as a point for troops participating in the D-Day landings. The town's harbor was a hive of activity in preparation for the invasion of Normandy.
We need a break from hiking around the streets here, so we are going for some coffee and a muffin.
This is a Dorset apple muffin. We're in Dorset County in Portland, England. What do you think?
Smashing.
Today, Weymouth has retained its appeal as a popular holiday destination, just as it was in the 18th and 19th century.
We see these children getting a donkey ride along the beach. What a fun day for them.
With this picturesque harbor, sandy beaches, and historic attractions, tourists come from all around the world.
And of course, there's more churches to see on our journey.
We would definitely recommend a trip to Weymouth and Portland when coming to England. Today we're visiting Orkney in Scotland, and this is a medieval castle.
Here we are in Kirkwall, Orkney's oldest town and capital.
And we're at the Earl's Castle. It's a medieval castle.
That's good. That's a good one.
Earl's Palace was built early in the 17th century. The construction of Earl's Palace was associated with scandal and controversy. The Earl of Orkney, Patrick Stewart, was known for his extravagant lifestyle and misuse of public funds, leading to his eventual downfall.
Orkney is at the very north tip of Scotland and is comprised of 70 islands, which only 20 are inhabited.
A Viking heritage is deeply embedded in Orkney's history. The islands were once part of the Kingdom of Norway.
Kirkwall is the largest town and the capital of the Orkney Islands and is home to the magnificent St. Magnus Cathedral, which dates back to the 12th century. The cathedral is a masterpiece of Romanesque architecture. There's fine detail throughout the cathedral.
After touring the cathedral grounds, we check out the Orkney Brewery. Sean Connery says we got a bit of ale here. Off to our next adventure. Another stop on our tour is Inverness, Scotland.
Inverness is often referred to as the capital of the Highlands. Located on the northeast coast of Scotland, it's strategically planned where the River Ness flows into the Moray Firth. The River Ness runs through the city, adding its scenic beauty.
Inverness is in close proximity to Loch Ness, one of the most famous and deep-water freshwater lochs in Scotland. Loch Ness is renowned for the Loch Ness Monster, Nessie. Visitors often explore the loch shore looking for Nessie. While you're there, visit the Urquhart Castle, which is one of the only Scottish castles to hold out against the English in the 1300s. Today we're in the village Cove, a small port town near Cork, Ireland. We are visiting with Leanne, a tour ambassador for Cove.
Leanne, I am so happy to be here. Tell me a little bit about your town and what you do.
Cove, C-O-V-H.
Okay, you pronounce it Cove.
It's pronounced Cove.
Okay.
It's the Irish, actually. So it used to be an English maritime town called Queenstown, but then after our independence, we changed back to the proper Irish spelling, which was C-O-V-H.
Okay. And you told me this is an island, basically.
It is. So we have one bridge in, and it's a very old bridge down in Belvelly. And then we have one ferry out to Passage, but that's the only way in and out of the town.
So you get a lot of rain here.
Yes, it's Ireland. We're not known for our tropical weather. We get rain, but sure, we make do with it. People make up with it. Everything's green, and you see the houses all have different colours. We keep it bright and light, and come hail, rain or sunshine, we're always in a good mood here.
So you're an ambassador for
Cove tourism, yes. So tourism is one of our biggest areas of industry here. We have the chance of being one of the great historical cities, with the Titanic being the last stop of the Titanic. We got loads of liners now, and with the liners we get big tourists. So as part of the tourist ambassadors, we go out to meet the people off the liners, but also the local tour buses and everything else. And we just walk around, hand out maps, give information, and just be a friendly face when they come off.
It is. And I love your Irish brogue. Where do you recommend tourists to go?
So, coming to Cove, first thing I would recommend would definitely be the Heritage Centre. It's a great historical museum about not just the liners we've had, but also immigration in general. If you just want to hear about the Titanic, we have a specialist museum, which is the Titanic Museum.
Can you tell me a little more about the Titanic history here?
So yes, the Titanic was built in Belfast, left to Liverpool, was the first port of call. Cove was the last port of call. 12 passengers got off the Titanic here, but most of the immigrants left from here and got onto the Titanic. Most of the people went into third or fourth class, so they were most of the people that actually unfortunately didn't make it. But this was the last port of call before it hit the iceberg, unfortunately. We also have a fabulous cathedral, which is absolutely gorgeous and definitely well worth a visit. Once you get into it, you'll see the columns. It's really a Gothic architecture, and it has the reason it's a cathedral and not a church is because it has the chair for the bishop. It's a growing town, and it's only half an hour from the city without actually being in the city. So we have a great commute system. We have the train and everything to get to the city as well.
So do you send people out to the Blarney Castle?
We do. It's if they're here long enough, definitely, depending on when the liners come in. But definitely the Blarney Castle is one of the must-sees. It's fabulous. The gardens are absolutely gorgeous, and the castle itself, if you go up to the top and kiss the stone, you'll have the gift of the gab.
Yeah. Tell me about the English impact on this island.
So yes, as I mentioned, the original name was Queenstown. So it was an English military base, and we still have our base. Haulbowline Island here behind us is our naval base for all the Irish naval ships. So they're all built here, and this is their base of central base of command. With the naval base came Spike Island, which is a prison island, same as Alcatraz, basically.
Right. So this is a very deep port.
It's the largest natural port in Europe. So it's incredibly deep, and that's what allows us to actually welcome the liners.
We're going to walk up to the deck of cards and tell me how old they are and what you know about those.
So the deck of cards are definitely another key piece of Cove, of our landmarks. They are going to be 170 years old this year. They are definitely part of our first buildings built when Cove was still Queenstown under the English rule. So they're called the deck of cards because they're all stacked together. So the idea was if you knock one, they'd all fall down, just like cards.
Another maritime disaster linked to Cove is the sinking of the Lusitania. The ship was torpedoed by a German submarine off the Old Head of Kinsale in 1915 during World War I. Many of the victims were brought here to Cove. On a lighter note, we're walking from our ship to the village center. Check out this old-fashioned telephone booth. You guessed it, in Ireland there's lots of pubs. It's a gathering place for good times and a little town gossip. This is the center part of town where we see this local artist playing at this pub, which attracted this large audience. On the way back to the port, we see these two brothers playing one of their favorite songs.
I've been a while over on many a year. I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. And now I am a hard, I will go to Queenstown.
We're on a day trip away from our cruise liner. We're at the Cove Port, located in the area of Cork Island.
We hire an Uber to take us to the Blarney Castle. So we made it to the Blarney Castle.
And I'm full of Blarney, so I'm gonna go kiss the Blarney Stone. Another thing we're gonna do is go see the Poison Garden and the Fern Garden. The site of the Blarney Castle has ancient roots, with evidence that a stone fortress existed there as far back as the 10th century.
The first stone structure at the Blarney Castle was constructed by the McCarthy dynasty in the 15th century.
Queen Elizabeth I requested Cormac McCarthy, the Lord of Blarney at the time, to give up the castle. He is said to have stalled and given excuses, ultimately charming the Queen with his persuasive words. As a result, the gift of gab became associated with kissing the Blarney Stone.
We're climbing up these steps so Dave can fulfill his kissing mission. When we get to the top, we see this outstanding view of the grounds.
Many people are here to get their turn at kissing the stone. There are two men here to help. One helps steady you as you lean backwards, and the other takes a quick photo. They wipe the stone with sanitary wipes in between each person.
Okay.
This one?
Keep going. Okay. Can you do it one more time?
I'm kissing the Blarney Stone, and it's really hard to do because you're bending backwards. Carrie looks at me and says, "Oops, I wasn't rolling. You need to do it again." I'm going, "I'm going to chase you down that castle."
The ownership of the castle changed hands multiple times over the centuries due to various conflicts and changes in political power.
When we reach the base of the castle, there's some torture shackles to teach your spouse a lesson.
I thought that dinner I made last night was good.
I didn't mean it.
After a little confrontation, we hike over to the stable yard and get a coffee at the Coach House Cafe. Really nice antique coaches and wagons on display. In the carriage house here, there are stalls, and these horse rings are where you tied your horses up and where you fed your horses inside the stall. Next, we check out the area behind the stable yard.
The Poison Garden is really nice, but there's a lot of poison, like these pot plants over here. The curtain wall enclosed an area of 8 acres around the castle. Parts of the castle walls are 18 feet thick. We're leaving the Poison Garden area and going over to Fern Garden. This cute kitty waits for us to show us the best way to get there.
The Fern Garden has a cool bridge that goes over the top of it. Everything is so lush and green.
The Blarney Castle is an amazing place to visit, and to be able to kiss the Blarney Stone, what an opportunity. But I'll tell you, the grounds here, 60 acres of beautiful parkland, waterways and gardens. It really is a must-see.
We're leaving and heading over to the Blarney House.
The Blarney House is a Scottish baronial mansion designed by John Layton and is open to the public during the summer months. Built in 1874, the house is situated overlooking Blarney Lake and features a magnificent interior.
Our next stop is at the Wishing Steps. It is said to make a wish at the Wishing Steps, one has to walk to the bottom and return walking backwards with your eyes closed. A wish then would be granted by the fairies or druids. Next is a trek through the Water Gardens, a mystical site of an ancient druid settlement.
Druids were religious leaders as well as legal authorities, tribe leaders, and lore keepers.
Next, we visit the Seven Sister Stones.
A chieftain who had 2 young sons and 7 daughters took his sons to battle against a neighbor who was raiding his cattle. The chieftain was victorious in his battle, but at great cost. To mark the death of his sons, he ordered his men to knock over 2 of the stones. Today we're hiking to Belfast Castle. It's located in the Cave Hill Country Park.
The grounds here are beautiful and well manicured. This is a must-see when coming to Belfast.
On our UK tour, one of our stops is Belfast, Ireland.
And not like Scotland, where the accent is really heavy. It's a little less heavy here in Ireland, so it becomes more American. And I know I'm horrible at that, but that's been a lot of fun. The castle's not open to the public today as it's rented to a wedding party. We look inside through the upper window, and it truly is a spectacular place for this event.
Getting to the castle and around the town is very easy, and there is a bus and railway system that is very extensive.
Did you know that Belfast is the birthplace of the Titanic? While here, you could visit the Titanic Museum.
There are a lot of historic churches. We're visiting the elaborate City Hall.
I have my Ninja Turtle backpack on, and we're in Belfast at City Hall.
The architecture is so ornate and preserved. Next, we walk back to the bus and take a walk down a nearby street. Dave is looking for that famous stout beer. He wants a Guinness.
In Belfast, the perfect way to end the day is with a Guinness. Thanks for watching American Travelers.